sixth and final match. Brady Ellison to get us underway.
9.
And he lands a 9. Turns around to Elias, who I've not seen react, so I'm not sure how the World Cup final's going. A reminder, that's Spain, Argentina. Elias from Spain.
7.
7 from T. Sanchez. Came
9.
through the collegiate ranks as well, did T. Sanchez.
10.
What was it like for you? And we talk about, there's bugs and kind of the midges and flies. I remember that famous shot of you with that final arrow at the Paralympics.
With the bugs.
With all the bugs flying around. I mean, anything, whether it's noise, whether it's the wind changing direction, whether it's somebody's cell phone just buzzing or you can hear somebody chatter, how much of that is part of what you've had to get better at, just literally shutting everything out?
I mean, it's kind of like what Jenny said. I focused so much on the mental aspect of my game that year, and I've just improved on it to be able to make sure that I can tune the outside world off completely. And I've told many people those bugs flying around my face was actually a good distraction because it took my mind off how big of an arrow that was. And all I could think of was, Jay, don't breathe through your mouth because you're going to look really stupid choking on TV.
Because I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, I remember you didn't have the best of ends the previous ends, but you turned around to Jonathan, the coach, and you went, no, I'm good. I know what I did. I know what happened.
It was my previous arrow, so I started off with a 10, and then that second arrow, I went down past the target, and as I was trying to bring the pin back up, I kind of punched it on accident and shot a high 7. And I heard Jonathan say something. I said, no, it's okay. It's just me.
Yeah.
I'm good. So,
those were magical. That was a magical few days. It really was in Paris, and it was an absolute privilege and an honor to be there and just experience it with you guys.
Yeah, definitely it's a story of a lifetime, but looking forward to LA now, and just, I don't feel like I need to go out there and defend, but I just want to go out there and perform being on home soil.
Yeah. No, that is going to be some almighty occasion, of course. Olympics and Paralympics, and looking for full quotas, full teams, and of course looking for some medals as well.
Absolutely.
So that is first set goes the way of Brady. 2-0 up against T. Sanchez. $29 against $22, but he's got to put that behind him.
9.
Lands a strong 9. He's got Chris Webster, who they work together. The National Elite Program in North Carolina.
9.
So having that continuity, and again, speaks volumes of just the work that Chris and the team are doing there, that's bringing through that quality and raising the standard.
8.
Just little whispers in the ear from Chris Webster, and you'll know when he lands a 10, because you'll hear from Chris Webster.
That unmistakable.
Yeah. But you're up against the machine, almost the machine that is Brady Ellison. There were 3 young archers this week that were desperate to meet him. As we see this final arrow, that's a good strong arrow from T. Sanchez. He'll be pleased with that. Little look around. A kind of a response as if to say to Chris Webster, where's that been?
X. 10.
And then Brady lands an X. So it's there. He's just got to produce it more often.
Oh, 100%. Good strong shots.
T. Sanchez needed a shoot off to shake off Christian Stoddart, but that was after trailing. He won the 5th and final end to turn it around from 5-3 to 5-5 and force the shoot off. That was after a 24 in the 4th end, but he responded in end number 5 with a 29.
See, that's where the set system comes into play again.
Brady was trailing in his semi-final against Alex Gilliam, number 8 seed, and He'll be. He's got other things on his mind, as Alex. He'll be heading across the pond in the next few weeks, getting married in England. So congratulations to Alex. Getting married in Yorkshire to a Yorkshire lass. So 4-0, Brady Ellison.
What do you think their wedding dinner's going to be?
Maybe Yorkshire pudding.
Okay.
It's yeah. It's probably going to be. It'll be. Well, that's yeah. I did ask. It's in a beautiful, almost stately home. Is where they're having their wedding. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. T. Sanchez work to do, but a strong finish in the last end.
9.
Starting off with a solid 9.
Got to try and put some pressure on Brady Ellison, although I'm not sure Brady feels pressure.
9.
Needs to step it up. He'd love a 10.
8. 8.
Wow. Okay.
Arrow for arrow.
So it's on this final arrow. T. Sanchez. To allow this journey to continue at Buckeye Classic.
9.
It's a 9. So
10 for Brady.
10. And he's done it. Anything less? That'll be 5-1. And we'll go to the next end.
9.
9. Okay. So we will continue, but it is now we require a absolutely faultless performance from T. Sanchez to force a shoot-off.
Absolutely no room. No room for any mistakes moving forward.
Just kind of little glimmers there from T. Sanchez. He's having some words from Chris Webster. And we are kind of, we do have to kind of lower our voice. It's almost kind of golf-esque.
Yeah.
And those golf commentators that are around the green as the golfers are putting, the players, the archers are only...
Right there.
What's that, 12 feet away, 15 feet away from us? So we don't want to be... We don't want them overhearing us too much. We don't want to be that distraction. But yeah, some little moments, little glimmers there for T. Sanchez, who, as I say, has come through the collegiate system, performed well at collegiate level, now in the system with Chris Webster in North Carolina, and up against Brady Ellison, who, like Alexis Ruiz, who we saw earlier this afternoon, will be heading to the World Cup final in September. That will be his 15th World Cup final, and he goes as the reigning champion in the recurve division. And there's not a great deal in the sport of archery that Brady Ellison hasn't won. And still behind the line we see Paige Pierce is there. It's Gaius Carter and Casey and Jenny.
Newly crowned Pan American champion, Gaius Carter.
Yes.
10.
Great start from T. Sanchez. It's still an uphill climb. Brady just has to match him.
9.
But it's a 9. Now is T. Sanchez in the zone? Is he in the groove? It's a long hold, a little bit longer. Just
9.
drops it into the 9, looks down. Brady just has to match T. Sanchez's score here.
9.
9, okay, still that 1 point advantage for T. Sanchez. A 10 here, and he takes it to 5-3.
A little shake
He's
right
holding. Oh,
Red.
fabulous. What a fabulous arrow. And he looks over his shoulder. You could see there that little wry smile. And there's a big smile from Chris Webster. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Looks like it's a 10, 9, 10 liner from Brady. But T. Sanchez, he is clinging on here. And some great arrows. Again, you know, he's on a stage that he's not overly familiar with against Brady Ellison. And Brady stormed into that lead. T. Sanchez has pulled out some fabulous arrows.
Yeah, as good as the set system is, you know, it's one of those things where if you let your opponent hang out for a little bit, it can come back and bite you. So Brady's going to be looking to put it away this next end before this momentum keeps rising on T. Sanchez's side.
Well, and again, that's it. And all of the archers that we've seen here this afternoon, all of the quality archers, it's what is going to be that's going to be telling from the quality of Brady Ellison, the quality of him as an archer. It's how his first. It'd be interesting. What is that first arrow going to look like?
Yeah.
That will tell us his response. And I got to say thank you to Stan and Phil, who are in the booth behind. They're setting all of this up, and the thuds, the arrows. We're trying to bring you closer to the action. We're trying to get you that immersive experience, and hence why we're bringing you some of the content as well, some of the stories, some of the features, whether it's hearing from Daryl, who again is just away to my right hand side, hearing from Johannes and Samantha, or James and Janet, or McKenna and Amy. We heard from Amy Clausen and Abigail Kippers, whether it's all of that stuff. We're trying to bring you more stories, more context, and give you some bits and pieces in between the action. And the action continues here with T. Sanchez. Got it back to 5-3 in the 6th and final match of the Buckeye Classic.
8.
He's not going to be happy with that.
No, that just got away from him a little bit.
9.
Okay. Advantage Ellison. What adjustments is T. Sanchez making?
9.
He's maybe overcompensated. 17 points for T. Sanchez after 2 arrows. Brady Ellison,
9.
9. Still holds that 1 point advantage. You'd think a 10 would help here. Probably what is needed.
8.
8. I'm not sure Brady is going to give up that. It's a heck of a scrap from T. Sanchez.
9.
There's a 9. 3 solid 9s there from Brady Ellison. And I suspect that is enough and will be enough for a 7-3 win for Brady Ellison.
You could see it even in the rankings this year. People are going everywhere. People are coming up. People are going down. It just the scores are getting closer, and that's really awesome. I know he's been working really hard. Super excited for him to see this. I'm hoping this is going to be kind of his breakout tournament, and then we start seeing him more in there. The kid works really hard. He's built like a tank. Like, he's going to be awesome, and I think that he's going to be hungry now, having tasted making a run like this.
And I know you never let your foot off the gas, but just again, knowing that there is that quality coming through, it must just give you added incentive. Of course, excitement, because you're looking at a healthy division, but not that you're one for letting your foot off the gas, but you see the quality coming through, and you realise you've got to continue being that Brady Ellison.
Yeah, a little bit of that. It also just makes me excited that when I retire, that they're still going to go win medals, and like the boys did in Turkey this year, and that I'm not really needed. So I think you can look at it any way you want, and it's all positive, and it's all good, and I'm going to shoot as much as I can and go out on my own terms, hopefully.
The challenges, Buckeye Classic, I mean, a phenomenal event that they always lay on here each year. We've had the weather conditions, but just the last few days for you, obviously ending successfully, what would you make of them?
It's been awesome. I shot really good today. Luckily, the wind died down pretty well. Like, while we were shooting the matches, it picked back up again for the finals. But the weather here can be world record to what we've had this weekend with rain delays and thunderstorms and aiming off the target. And it's always exciting. You never know what you're going to get. One end it's one thing, the next end it's the exact opposite, and it keeps you on your toes. And
you'll have been around many events, and of course the sport of archery runs through your veins. The fact that this is the record for a USAT Series qualifier, 925 participants, what does that tell you about the growth and the health of the sport?
I mean, it's good, right? I think that everyone pushing for growing and everything like that, we're getting the numbers, so that there is a statistic there that's showing that our tournaments are getting bigger, that we're getting more people in it. The youth divisions are absolutely getting huge. I think we're starting to get to a point now where, having a junior series and a senior series again, like when I first started shooting, we had that. let these juniors go and shoot all the junior stuff, and then on the weekends that they want to, come and step up with us. Give them the chance to go shoot everything that they want to. And I think, with 1,000 people showing up to an event, it's going to be pretty, I don't know. It's just 1,000 people on an event. It's a lot, and it's cool to see.